Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And good morning, Lakeshore. Welcome back to the one and the only Fine Living here on 1240 Radio WMT with the one and the only Jim Reif.
Oh, come on, Terry. No, that's not, go easy on me.
How are you, my friend?
Good. Yourself?
Can't complain. Today we are talking about fall maintenance tips, and I'm excited because I'm going to learn a lot.
Well, yeah,
Educate me. Educate our listeners.
I'm going to do my best here.
What do we need to do to get ready for fall? Because fall is right around the corner.
I don't want to wish any sooner that we lose summer, but I need to talk about this.
We need to get ready.
Talk about people here. I mean, a few things to think about for fall is get your furnace checked for any maintenance that's going to require for the heating season. Don't wait till end of October or November when it gets cold and then it's not operating properly and then you're out, and it's chilly in the house. So get that checked early, get it serviced, so on and so forth. That's going to be a big benefit to you.
And that's something that you really can't do by yourself, right? That's something that you need to...
I mean, you can check the furnace filter yourself, but in more cases, the components of the fireplace, you really need to have a HVAC technician come out.
Okay.
And there's a lot of qualified people in the area.
Absolutely. What about fireplaces?
Fireplaces is, if you have a wood burner especially, you want to maybe, get that chimney clean, get that soot out of there from last year. It's had a chance to dry out. It's going to be a little scaly in there. It's going to come out easy now, so you don't have a chimney fire, halfway through the season or so. So that's real important. And then for gas fireplaces, you may not have that service there, every year, but every few years you may want to have it just checked out, clean the burner kind of thing, make flame adjustments if needed, clean the glass on the interior. That would be helpful.
Okay.
Exterior-wise, now here we got a few more things you want to go around and check. You want to definitely check the caulking around your windows and doors. The caulking has advanced through the years, but some of the older caulkings that are out there didn't, and it shrank down, and it may have gaps. We don't want snow and water blowing in between the window and the siding.
What would happen
brick.
if it does?
Well, it's going to put moisture inside the wall cavity, which is not good. And you don't want that getting in. It could potentially drip in, if you had a driving rain. And as you know, when we get the rainstorms or weather events, they're becoming more treacherous, and driving rains and such are more common. So it's important to keep the water out of the wall cavity, prevent rot and mold.
Okay.
You may also want to crank your windows open. And clean out like the tracks and such. There may be sand and dirt to have collected in there. Maybe a shop vac would work good for that, or a small air compressor. Clean that out there. If you want to cover your AC unit, maybe towards the end of September, you don't have to necessarily wrap it, but just a cover over the top is always helpful. Clean your gutters, potentially at the end of the fall from any leaves or debris, so they're not clogged for winter. But use caution when you're up on your ladder, too. We want to encourage that. If you have those window wells for your basement windows, a little area where it's recessed by the window, make sure you clean any leaves or debris out of there, too. Check for any holes from faucets and such, around faucets or any other penetrations, so a mouse doesn't get in, any caulking or anything in there. Of course, check your smoke detector battery,
which is absolutely always important. A lot of people forget about that.
Super important. And also regarding smoke detectors, if you have a newer home, let's say in the last 15 to 20 years, the smoke detectors were both battery operated and hardwired. Those smoke detectors have a tendency to start failing after 10 to 15 years in that neighborhood. So you may want to look at getting those looked at or changed out, because what happens is they'll go off in the middle of the night and you may think there's a fire and there really isn't. And it'll disturb the whole household, and you have to basically unplug it to get it turned off when they start to malfunction. So you may want to look at getting those changed out.
What about those that do a lot of candle burning?
Again, reminder to put something hard underneath it, a china plate or some type of metal or something, so that it doesn't burn into any wood or anything like that and cause a fire. And then your patio furniture. If you got that outside, you're going to get that all cleaned up, maybe washed up for the season, put away, covered, so on, that way. And then service any equipment that you need to do. Get that snowblower in to get serviced, or get the oil change in, or whatever you prefer to do. Get that all ready so it's all tuned up. And there's always storing your lawnmower, too, after the lawn mowing season. And if you have any small ponds or irrigation systems, they have to be serviced. So irrigation systems have to be blown out every year so the water doesn't freeze in the lines. In small ponds, you may have to disconnect the pump or something. whatever you need to do. And the one of the key things, and one of the last items I got here, is drainage away from your house. Make sure the downspouts are on and sending the water away from the home, and that the ground hasn't settled by your house and the water's going to run back. We want that all to pitch away so you don't have any wet basement come spring.
A lot of great stuff here. Jim, listeners, if they have issues or whatever, obviously contact Jim Reif Builders.
Yes, please give us a call, 684-6899, at the web at jimreefbuilders.com, and we're on Facebook with a nice presence and a lot of neat features.
Jim, we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Terry.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio, WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreefbuilders.com.